Hello YouTube, my name is Tim. I think we're stopping by. Hope you enjoy the video. Today we're bringing you episode 1 of the roleplay review series where we cover certain vehicles that come in DLCs or that are in the base game and discuss their roleplay value and if you should or should not buy it. Today we're going to be talking about the uh, Coil Brawler, and I do have to say the aesthetics of this vehicle are very, very, very pleasing. Uh, it is definitely a nice vehicle, uh, but based on aesthetics alone, we can't really judge a vehicle. Let's talk about some of the stats, the pricing, and let's really go through a few tests to see if this vehicle is really worth the money. So the price tag of this vehicle is pretty hefty. It's going to run you around $715,000. Uh, that is a lot of money if you are not set up with a crew that can supply you money. If you're a crew leader, let's say, and you are supplying your crews with the funds in order to do shit, uh, it is definitely going to be a lot. So, dig deep in your pockets for this one if you want to buy it, honestly. Um, let's hop into this vehicle and let's do a real test to judge the capabilities of, you know, the vehicle itself. So what we're going to be doing is, since I consider this a military DPV, or Desert Patrol Vehicle, we're going to be using a cargo bob. This is my personal cargo bob, as you can see. And we are going to be dropping it from high altitudes into the desert area. DPVs, as Desert Patrol Vehicles, are used in the military in Afghanistan. I just called Afghanistan. Afghanistan, um, for scouting, recon, and troop transport. Uh, Not necessarily full battalion or platoon transport, but one or two people who might have to go give ammo to somebody, or just have to go reinforce a couple of soldiers might take a DPV out there. Or that's what I would believe it would be used for. I could be wrong there. But while we take our little flight out, we're going to be going over a few of the stats of the vehicle. Now, according to the in-game stats that are on the website, the top speed of this vehicle is 135 miles per hour, and I'm assuming this means stock. So it's definitely pretty fast, and while I was driving it around, getting a good feel for the vehicle, I definitely felt a lot of the power of that engine. Speaking of which, the engine is a 5L V8. Don't know what that means. Probably never will. Um, and I'm sure that most of you guys don't know either. If you do know, awesome. Congratulations, you can get that from that. It takes 6.2 seconds to go from 0 to 60, which is pretty fast, if you ask me. It's good acceleration right there, uh, in my opinion. But I'm sure that there are better vehicles such as the Ventorno and the Osiris. Um, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to outfit your vehicle like mine. You can pretty much see the attachments I have on it. I'm not going to count the attachments for the amount of money that this vehicle is worth, so I'm not going to be. I didn't choose to add that into the actual pricing. Um, so yeah, we're going to be dropping this thing from about. I'm going to go with 1,000 meters, or I'm sorry, 1,000 feet in the air onto the desert. I mean, I know I can go to the top of the map and all, but I highly doubt that you're gonna, if you're in like in a crew battle or you're, getting ready to do a patrol or something. I highly doubt you're gonna go to the top map and do your drop or do your attack drop. So we're gonna try to drop it off in some open area, and I'll cut that video. I'll cut the video to that point once we get there. So I'll see you then. All right, we are at about 1,000 feet, and we are going to begin our attack drop. So we're going to be dropping it off by that little building with the light on the right side. See 1,000 feet. Yep. We're going to raise altitude just a little bit. There we go. 3, 2, 1, drop. Now what we're hoping for is that vehicle lands on its wheels. It did land on its wheels. Alright, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So we're going to head down there and we're going to take a look. Alright guys, we got the Brawler right here. It's in actually very, very good shape. I'm very, very surprised that it held up this well. Uh, this is actually quite incredible. I'm sure that if it landed upside down or something like that, it might have had a different effect, but, you know, if let's say that we were doing a tack drop like that, it would have it would have dropped like that. So I'm happy with it. Um, so let's see. I actually want to test out, since we're at nighttime, I'm going to test out the headlights and make sure, everything's bright. And it appears that everything is extraordinarily well illuminated. And I really don't like, speaking of lights, I really don't like that the top lights don't turn on when the high beams turn on. I really wish they did. Um, I don't like that about the Patriot, how the top lights don't turn on. I really hate that, honestly. But it's not a big deal. If you're driving in the daytime, it's not really going to make a difference. But I do have to say that everything is pretty well illuminated. This vehicle is doing extremely well on these dirt roads, most likely due to the fact that this is a fucking off-road vehicle. So, excuse me, we're going to kick it up a notch. We're going to go pretty high speeds, and we're going to be doing a few jumps, just to test out how maneuverable and how capable this vehicle is on off-road terrain. So it does indeed feel or appear that the vehicle is doing fairly well on these dirt roads. Um, I would like to see this thing dropped into a forest. However, I don't want to set mine up for that, and I don't think this vehicle is really set up for forest off-road environments. So we are going to be just going off on the desert for a little bit longer. By the way, I'm not just holding down right trigger. I actually keep braking and I keep letting it go so that I have better control of the vehicle. Vehicles like this that are off-road, you can't just hold right trigger and just let the vehicle drive itself. You have to be smart about it. You can't just accelerate the entire time. You have to slow down once you're about to approach a jump. Hold left trigger. Do all that good stuff. We're gonna do a test to see if we can control this vehicle while it's going as fast as it can. So we're gonna just hold down right trigger as hard as we can. All right. I'm still holding right trigger. We're gonna head over. We're gonna head back to the little testing area. We kind of went off into this mountain area over here. It does handle quite well on mountains. I do have to admit that. So, I lost the headlight. I was really hoping that bulb bar right there would stop that from happening. Ooh. One thing that I like about this is with the stock suspension is it does improve the vehicle's ability to handle off-road environments. That suspension, for example, Zentorno wouldn't be able to do this. Zentorno would be jumping around all over the place, bouncing, having trouble hitting high speeds. But the suspension on this thing is keeping the vehicle going decently fast, which is very, very good in my eyes. It's keeping a lot of the control off now. We just lost the other headlight because we hit a wall. That's okay. Um, we're actually gonna do the final judgment on this vehicle. So we're gonna hop out here. So the final judgment on the DPV2 is a definite buy. It has a seal of approval. It is a very, very nice vehicle. It performs well on bad terrain, off-road terrain. Uh, it is definitely a fun vehicle to drive. Even if you're not a role player, you'll definitely see a lot of enjoyment out of this thing. But this is definitely a good military vehicle for you military role players out there who are looking for something to use for a scouting rig or anything like that. This is definitely a good choice. That's just about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day, and I will catch you later. Peace.